I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm all man.
That's why I support the Women's Fund.
I was the first male donor to the Women's Fund of Central Ohio.
I'm a man, and I support the Women's Fund because when you empower women and girls, all of society benefits. It impacts families, it impacts communities, and I bet in some small way it even impacts sharks. And I can't think of anything more awesome than sharks, except philanthropy and stuff.
There are two types of men in the world, those who support the Women's Fund and that other kind.
I'm a man, and my daughters aren't, but I want them to live in a world of equality between men and women.
I like my cars fast, my steaks rare, and my Women's Fund funded.
I like fixing stuff, breaking stuff, and empowering women and girls through social change.
I'm a man, and I can support the Women's Fund with one hand tied behind my back. I'll do it right now. Who here will hold my baby? Support the Women's Fund. It is a consummate dream finder.
A lot of people seem to think that only women can support the Women's Fund, which is silly. That's like saying you have to be a man to live in Manhattan.
I'm a man, and I love taking out the trash, leaving the toilet seat down, buying my wife jewelry, and taking her out to dinner.
Who wrote that?
You know, I'd love to see more men support the Women's Fund, but I'd also like to see a bear dressed in a tuxedo riding a motorcycle across a volcano.
There are exactly 3 instances when it's okay for a man to cry. When he takes a piece of his thumb off on a table saw. When he realizes how many women and girls are prevented from reaching their potential. And at the end of Toy Story 3, when the kid gives all his toys away. Because he's all grown up. And he's off to college.
We have one we do shirtless.
Supporting the Women's Fund is the one thing in life that I enjoy that doesn't require any protective gear.
You know those shows where they drop a guy into the wilderness or on the top of a mountain or something and he has to survive the harsh elements using nothing more than a Swiss Army knife and sheer will and gumption? I like those shows.
Hey, weren't you going to say something about the Women's Fund?
Oh, the Women's Fund. I like that too.
Go Women's Fund.
I'm a man, and I support the Women's Fund because they are democratizing philanthropy. Donors are listed alphabetically, not by how much they've given. And since my last name starts with the letter C, it puts me near the top. In your face, Strickland.
I've grown over 100 beards in my life, and I'd like to donate every one of them to the Women's Fund.
Mr. Moffat? Yeah, it really doesn't work like that.
It doesn't?
Growing up, I used to hear a lot of talk that girls were icky or that they had cooties, and it's simply not true. An effective cooties vaccine was developed by Bristol Myers Squibb in 1983.
I think the manliest thing that you can do is cause a shift in the antiquated societal policies that keep women at a disadvantage. The second manliest thing you can do is cliff diving.
I'm a man, and I like sports a lot. I just wish that enhancing economic self-sufficiency and leadership opportunities for women was a sport. That way, I could like it even more.
I can hold my breath for 7 minutes straight. Coincidentally, 7 is the percentage of all philanthropic dollars that goes to women's programs. For breath holding, 7 minutes is a long time. But to support women, 7% isn't much at all. Climb every mountain, ford every stream. Let me try this climb every mountain thing one more time.
I'm a man, and today I learned that American women make 75% of the buying decisions in American households, which explains why in my house the other 25% is beef jerky and Xbox games.
You can edit out those long blanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank God.
Investing in the potential of women and girls.
Investing in the potential of women and girls.
Investing in the potential of women and girls.
Like a man.
Like a man.
Like a man.
Like a man.